here with the consequences of our own actions, also known as TCOOOA. Would you guys each introduce yourselves and your role in the band?
I'm Christy. I play the bass and do some singing in the band. And
Some singing.
Some singing, yeah. I'd say I sing like less than half of our songs.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm James. I do vocals and guitar, and I do a lot of the production for our recordings and stuff like that too.
Cool.
I'm Bryce, and I just play drums.
That's all, huh?
That's it.
You're just like the backbone. That's all. No big deal. So I'm going to have you each answer each question. So if you could each pick one song of yours to sum up your current sound for any potential new fans, what song would you?
That's a really hard question. You want us all to answer that?
Yes. Because you each have a different answer.
That's a rough
That's
question.
so true.
I know.
For us specifically.
Us specifically, just because we keep changing
Like
what we
your
sound
favorite
like.
or maybe one that means the most to you. How about that?
So my favorite to play is Inferno, and it's just, I don't know. It's, we sing stuff that's kind of sad and depressing, and it's just a fun way to express that you're depressed.
Yay. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the same boat. Like our sound is like whatever we decide it's going to be that week.
Okay.
Like we just kind of change it all the time. But if I had to pick a song that I would like to be our sound, I think it would probably be "No One Likes You" because that song is just very like mean and angry and very like the recording is very raw. There's not a lot of stuff going on, and I would love for that to be our sound. But again, we change it like every 2 hours. So
That's okay.
if I had to pick one, that would be it.
All right.
Yeah. I would say Forget How This Feels, but we don't have that one recorded yet. So if someone's looking for something that's recorded, then I would say Nothing Like You. I just think it's like for me on the drums, it's a very energetic, like I get to go all out on it.
That's good.
And then I just think the song is powerful in general. I like it a lot.
That was originally written by Christy, not as like a band song. And, we just were like trying to find songs to like blend into the set.
Yeah.
And before Bryce ever touched it, it was just totally a different song. Like all the stuff that you hear that's like cool and creative, the rhythmic changes and stuff like that. The only reason that stuff is in there is because he did all the drums for it. And it just sounds like that because of him. So,
Okay.
makes sense. He's proud of that one.
What was your favorite artist growing up? So we're just kind of going to get to know you a little bit here.
I'd say like the majority of my childhood was Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Because she taught me how to write songs. So I do a very singer-songwriting type thing.
She obviously does that pretty well. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I grew up on like Green Day.
Yeah.
And funnily enough, Eminem, like the first two CDs I owned were that were my own CDs, not like my mom's CDs that I would just like listen to, were American Idiot by Green Day and the whatever album was the one that had the Real Slim Shady on it.
Yeah.
And I was totally not old enough to have that album. Like I remember listening to it and being like, man, I should not be listening to this. I'm like 12.
But I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah. So that's what I grew up on. I grew up on like Eminem and Green Day basically until I got old enough to like go buy my own CDs. And then it's just chaos from that point on because I didn't know what I was doing.
All right.
Yeah. For me, like the music I listened to was more mainstream than what James listens to now, at least. But I liked Foo Fighters a lot. Like the Wasting Light album was when I first started getting into the drums, and I just like would try learning every song on that album. And then Paramore to 3 Days Grace. Those are some of my biggest like old inspirations. Yeah.
Yeah. This may be very similar, but what was the first concert that you attended? Or is this embarrassing?
My first concert was Breaking Benjamin, maybe like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And I've only been to like maybe 10, 12 concerts, and I think 4 of them were Breaking Benjamin.
I've seen them about 5 times too.
Wow.
The reason I laughed is because my first concert was Faith Hill and Tim McGraw, which, to be fair, was a pretty good concert. It was
good music is good music.
Yeah, it was at like the Greensboro Coliseum, and like they had like the circle stage in the middle, and the crowd was all around them, and we were kind of in like higher up seats, like we were up on the balcony type area. I don't know what you call it. I guess not really the nosebleeds. It was like the end of the balcony. But when they did, they used to do a cover of The Joker by Steve Miller Band or whatever, and at the center of the stage, there was like a Joker card that came up, and there was like a whole graphic thing that was going on at the bottom when they were just like playing the music. And it was actually, as much as it's funny to be like, oh, you play this like punk rock heavy music, and you know, your first show was Faith Hill, Tim McGraw. It was a pretty good show. In all honesty, it was pretty entertaining.
Yeah. Okay. What about you?
Yeah, I also usually don't share the first concert I went to because it's like kind of embarrassing, but Jonas Brothers was my first.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I actually didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Unveiling fun facts here. What is the best advice that you've been given about the music industry? If anything. I mean,
That's a question.
You've met more music industry people than me and Bryce have. So.
Yeah, but I don't know if their advice was like worth taking.
That's fair.
I don't know. It's just
okay. If
Yeah, I
you
don't
can't think of
know.
anything someone has taught you, what about something you would tell someone else?
I don't know. I just do it because it's fun. And so like as long as you're having fun, then you're going in the right direction.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is just like a music thing or like an entertainment thing in general, but the best, like, if you want to be like an entertainer and like go out and play shows, the best advice I've ever heard is actually from a Norm Macdonald interview. You know, rest in peace, Norm Macdonald. But he said that nobody likes someone that's smarter than him. And Norm Macdonald was known as this really, really smart guy. He would read like these really, you know, philosophical, complex novels and stuff like that. But he would always play like this idiot on stage. And it was just like, why is he acting so stupid?
Yeah.
And it's because people don't relate to someone who just is like so far above them. So whenever we go out and like do stuff, I never try to like show off or be like, you know, look how cool I am or look how smart I am. It's just like, you know, be normal.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I'm not secretly stupid. That would be embarrassing. And this is just my excuse. But no, I think that's good advice for someone getting into entertainment. Don't act like you're better than people just because you're the entertainer. Because that's how you get like the douchebag rock star persona. And like, as much as it was cool in like the 80s, it's not really cool now to be that guy.
So more try to relate to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Bryce?
Yeah, I would kind of, agree with both of those things, but it's just for fun. Like, try and be expressive and make it fun for everyone else too.
Yeah.
Like,
This may or may not apply. Do you have a go-to karaoke song?
So in my family, we do karaoke a lot. And I would say that our go-to is I Believe in a Thing Called Love by The Darkness, which is just really fun because my brother was really good at singing it. And it's just fun to see him get out of his shell.
Nice.
So that's just like one that we always pull up when we do karaoke.
Okay.
I don't have like a karaoke song that I go to because I just don't do karaoke that often. But I do have like a really funny story where I used to be in a band with somebody in high school where we did like, you know, back and forth vocals, and he did like heavy, like screaming stuff like that.
Yeah.
And at an Applebee's once when we were doing karaoke, we decided to do Bodies by Drowning Pool.
Oh.
And he's like actually like a very talented screamer.
Yeah.
And like that, it just went super hard, and everybody in the Applebee's was having a great time.
Applebee's?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Everybody in Applebee's was loving it. So that was just like that was
Kind of like the Denny's meme.
right. Yeah.
What the fuck's up, Denny's?
Yeah. The Denny's Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a classic. Yeah. Anybody
right.
who doesn't know that, look up the Denny's Grand Slam.
Yes.
yeah, karaoke doesn't really apply to me, but
No.
maybe like Rock Band when I'm drunk and then and then
Drums, I
regret it
assume.
still.
Yeah. He's an intense Rock Band player. Like his vocals are very aggressive.
Oh.
You would not think that from looking at him, but his vocals, he's basically screaming.
Yeah.
I don't actually remember singing for you guys at karaoke, so or at Rock Band, but
that goes to show like what mental state he's in when he's doing it. So
Yeah. That's very telling. So what all instruments can you actually play? Maybe not what you play in the band, but can you play anything else?
So I started with guitar, and now I play bass in the band, and it just kind of translated well, but pretty much just guitar. I play a little bit of piano, but it's not great.
Okay. James?
I don't know. Not a lot. I kind of sort of can like hit the drums. I can kind of play a little bit of bass. I'm not like the best bassist in the world, but yeah, I mean, I'm not like a very like it's cool because we get to like work on music and stuff and like write stuff, and when you record it, it sounds some kind of way. But like, if you really pay attention when I play, I'm not like a very good guitarist, so I kind of just say I don't play anything.
No, that's just how you relate to people.
Okay, yeah, sure.
got you.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm just like I'm very mid at like everything. So like
Yeah.
I'm okay at drums, I'm okay at bass, I'm okay at guitar. I'm not good at singing. So I just consider that I don't play any instruments. So I equally play all instruments
Okay.
at the same level.
Yeah, James and Christy are both underselling themselves a lot. Like
I think so, too.
Christy didn't start playing bass until like we decided to make this band, and she like picked it up
I was
super
forced
quickly.
to play
Yeah, she was
bass,
forced to play by
so.
James, and like I just am amazed at like how quickly she's learned. And then James is definitely underselling it. Like he's the one who puts together the ideas for all of the songs, and he hears, I don't know how, but all of the parts for all of the instruments, including the drums, and then I just like play with it later. So
Wow.
I don't know. He really like just has a mind for it.
That's true. He's also very like much better than me at guitar and bass, and he says he's mid, so I must be absolute dog shit.
Writing stuff and playing stuff is not the same thing. I can write okay. I cannot play very good.
Okay. I've seen something contrary to that, but okay. So where have you performed so far? Do you have a favorite or a least favorite venue at this point?
We've played, in Chapel Hill, Carborough, Durham. We've gone as far out as Winston-Salem at this point. We haven't really gone too far. I'd say I really like playing at the Cave
Yes.
in Carborough just because I used to go there, like I used to busk outside of the Cave when I was like in high school.
Oh, wow.
And I was always too intimidated to go there. And so when I finally went in, I was just like, whoa, this place is
It's really
so
cool
awesome.
looking.
Like I
Yeah.
want to show everyone this place, and it's
Yeah.
just fun to go there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I love a lot of venues. There's just something like cool about playing local 506. Like I like objectively, I generally have like a better night, and like my performances are better at the Cave and at the station and stuff like that, because it's just like low pressure. But like 506 is just like, I've seen so many other artists there, and I've seen
Yeah.
how good it looks. So it's just like when you're on the stage, you really feel like a rock star, you know.
Yeah.
Even though I'm totally not. That's what it feels like, you know.
Lies, but okay.
Those are the two favorite venues that I would pick too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say any venues are like least favorite, because it's more about like the turnout and like
Yeah.
the people that you're playing for. But those
Okay.
are both fun venues.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to burn any bridges. I could probably name a few least favorites, but
Right.
you know.
That's like where you're located around there. Yeah. Okay. All of you.
I live in Durham.
Pretty much,
but
yeah. Within
We met
30
in
minutes.
Carborough,
Yeah.
so
Okay. What are you passionate about besides music?
I have a dog.
Okay.
I'm passionate about my dog, Jerry.
Okay.
He just turned a year.
Oh.
Yeah. That
Happy
animals.
belated to him.
Yeah.
Passion. Yeah, I don't know.
Your wife.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, of course. My beautiful wife, Christy. I'm very passionate about her. Like passion. Like I play video games and I like enjoy things, but like music is like the only thing that I like get like heated about. So I don't know if
Yeah.
I'm really passionate about like anything, because like
Yeah.
if somebody was like, hey, you're playing this video game wrong, I'd be like, whatever, man. It's
Yeah.
just video games. But if someone came up and they were like, hey, you did a bad job on this song, I'd be like, fuck you. Oh,
Yeah.
can I don't know if I'm supposed to curse. Like,
You're fine.
okay, yeah. I'd say some stuff that
Say some things. Yeah. Choice words.
Yeah. Passion for me definitely goes in through phases in life. So right now, like music is what I'm passionate about. Before maybe like, I don't know, going to the gym
Okay.
or yeah, I don't know. My dog too. Like, yeah.
Wow. Copycat.
Yeah. You get to go first on every question.
Yeah.
You have so
Hiking.
much time to think about your answer, though.
Did you have a long phase when it was the Jonas Brothers you were passionate about?
That was, I don't even know how that happened. Yeah. It's just like, it was a last minute decision. My mom was like, hey, Jonas Brothers are in town. Do you and your sister want to go? I was like, sure. Sure. It wasn't
not?
a bad concert, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you listening to currently? Do you have a favorite band, new album?
So I've been listening to Ash a lot recently. I just like play her albums on repeat on my drive to work.
Yeah.
I like a lot of like really singer-songwriting stuff. So her and like Gracie Abrams have been like what I'm listening to recently.
Okay.
Thank you for not asking what your favorite song is, because that's a way better question. Because God, I hear those questions interchanged all the time, and they're not the same question. But I tell everybody that I've been listening to a lot of Turnstile recently, because they can like relate to that. And I listen to Turnstile every now and then. But if I'm talking about like in my car going from point A to point B, I've been listening to a lot of They Might Be Giants, like all of the weird deep cut stuff, like I Love You for Psychological Reasons, and The Communists Have the Music, like the just not the stuff that people would normally listen to. And then I've been listening to a lot of Flight of the Conchords. They've recently like got back into my listening rotation, which is really nice. I love those guys. And Condado, local favorites, Condado. Their new album goes super hard.
It's so good.
Yeah, so I've been listening to a lot of Condado.
Yeah. Okay. What about you?
I was gonna say Condado too, because I've been listening to that one recently. I like Highly Suspect recently, and Nothing More, Bring Me the Horizon. Yeah, those are some of the recent bands.
Good stuff. And last but not least, what is next for the consequences of our own actions?
Good question.
So, we are working on a new song. I mean, we've played it, but we just have to get it recorded. And I guess just like adding to our repertoire, like new stuff, just because we've been playing the same stuff for a while now.
Anything you can tell us about the new song? When it might come out?
I don't know when it will come out. I don't even know if we've started on it yet.
Sounds like a job for James.
Yeah. I mean, we have funny enough, we were talking about Condado. We were thinking about recording with them because their new album sounds amazing.
They have a studio too.
Yeah. As far as I know, they did all their stuff in house, and it just sounds really good. So we're thinking about doing that. And we've got other stuff that's like, we could work on and stuff like that. We're just really lazy.
Yeah, we have a few unfinished projects.
Yeah. A few is
But we just go through phases, like where we were writing a ton, and now we've been playing more shows recently and other things going on.
Yeah, just like life in general. It's kind of been like a pain in the ass. So,
that's just like finding time to like get together and work on things.
Yeah. This is the first time we've been in a room together since our last show, which wasn't that long ago. It was like a week ago, but you think we'd see each other more often than that,
Yeah. You haven't seen Christy in a week?
Well, okay, sure.
Wow.
So as a group together, I've seen Christy every day, so that's not fair.
Yeah.
But,
Okay. Anything to add?
No.
No? You're like, no, thank you. Please, no more. All right, that's all I've got for you guys.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Fun.
All right.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.